You may be sure or unsure of anything in this world. Why am I born into a rich or poor family? Why am I sick with this disease? What's my fault? Why do some people have cancer while people who smoke or drink daily for the last 40 years are having fun? Some people are born extremely lucky while some face problems at every step in life. Is there God who controls this? Is the law of karma responsible for this? Is the law of attraction helpful to improve my situation? Is there a heaven? Will prayer or the so called God help me? These are questions which confront us in our times of crisis. You may accept or deny any such pattern of thinking or belief, but there is one thing which you can never doubt in this world, and that is your own self. Can you deny that I exist? Nobody can. The denial of self itself proves the existence of denier self. What is this thing I call myself? And why is it so important to know that? Our reasoning will begin with this fundamental question. Chapter 1. Who am I? At 3 a.m., I saw my body. I am a lion. I am roaming in a jungle, watching countless animals. I hunt, I drink, and I copulate. I have a loving family. I rest in cool water, shooing away the flies sitting on my body. I feel proud to be the strongest animal. I shiver in fear at the sight of a hunter with a gun. Somebody asked me, who are you? Me. Can't you see? I am a lion, of course. Now the time is 7 a.m. I saw my body. I am Vikram. I get up, take a bath, and get ready to go to college. I examine patients in clinics, meet my friends and my family, and I attend my classes. So, this book was actually written when I was a graduate student. Now, who am I? Can't you see, man? I am Vikram. Now, both of these experiences have been my own experiences. I am relying on my own experience. And both of these, being a lion and being a Vikram, they have been my own direct experience. So, who am I exactly? Am I Vikram or am I a lion? So, if memory is considered as the criteria for reality, then I should be considered as a lion because the memory of being a lion was there in both waking state as well as during dream state also. But the memory of me being Vikram was not there in the dream state. So that should prove that I am a lion. So why am I not a lion then? Who am I exactly out of these two identities? And why does it matter? The first big claim we are making is that I am neither lion nor human. The waking world did not exist in the dream state, and the dream world did not exist in the waking state. Waking is falsified in a dream is falsified on waking. So, does it mean that both are false? Nothing is true? Nothing in the world is true? No, there is a truth, and that truth is me, the consciousness. That consciousness in which both the dream and the waking states they appeared, were experienced, and then they disappeared. The real self is not lion or human, it is the consciousness. I was there when I saw myself as a lion. I was there when I saw myself as a human. That I who saw both these states is the reality. And that is my true identity because it is constant, it is unchanging. That awareness or consciousness that I call I, I saw being a lion. I saw being a human. I am seeing currently being a human doing this certain activity. That I is the consciousness. We will change different names for this consciousness, awareness. It's the same thing. Self, Atman, Sanskrit term is Atman. Now, there are a lot of radical claims here. These claims are weird, interesting, but definitely true. And you will judge for your own self. All you need to do is think over and decide for yourself. Don't be in a rush. Stop, think, and note down your objections. This is not meant to be entertaining. It is meant to be thought provoking. So the first claim is inside the dream world feels real. Inside waking, the waking world feels real. That's obvious. Number two, but the dream and waking states are not real. They definitely appear, they are surely experienced, but they are not real. That's a little hard to digest because we believe that waking is real. We'll come to that. Third, my dream and waking states both appear to the same underlying entity, that is me. This entity is the ultimate reality of these states, as this is the only entity which is constant. 4. This underlying reality is the observer of these experiences. It is a conscious entity, it is not unconscious. It is conscious and it is aware of what is happening. 5. This underlying entity is the true self of lion, of man, or for that matter, any character that exists in those states. In the waking state, however many characters are there, they have a one identity. And in the waking state, all the billions of people, animals, humans, they have a single identity, and that is the self, consciousness. The lion may think of itself as an independent entity running away from the hunter. Lion can't see the bigger picture. The real big picture is that consciousness in which the dream state is unfolding. That is the real I of everyone in the dream. Number 6. These states of dream and waking are just passing through me, the consciousness, like clouds are passing through a clear sky. 7. I am the cause of these dreams, the reason of the existence of these states. The dream or waking universe, it arises, exists, appears, and disappears in me. Anything that exists in the states is not separate from me. Now, from me, I don't mean individual person. Right now, I am speaking as a person in a dream, not the dreamer. The dreamer is the true reality. So, we can't confuse the non personal as a person. There is a subtle difference here, but people will get it. Eighth, this I or consciousness is singular. There may be a variety of things, events, or people in my dream, but all are one and the same because they all appear in me. Since they all appear in me, the consciousness, how can they be different from me? They are a part of me. Anything arising in the dream of a person is not separate from that person, right? The train in my dream is me. The waterfall in my dream is me. The music in my dream is me. Even the irritating fly in my dream is me. Singularity creates an illusion of multiplicity. So far, these facts should be clear to everyone. It's a common experience for us all. So it means the waking and dream states are temporary and not really worthy of discussion. We should not be interested in the contents of dream or waking. We should be interested in the phenomena of dream and waking, and obviously deep state also, which we will come in some time. Now, the real question that should arise is, what is this I? Who am I? What is this consciousness in which these states are appearing and disappearing? And why? Now, in science, the definition of reality is something that can be experienced and hence measurable by some theory, some senses, even mind. And these experiences are repeatable. So, that is how we define reality in a scientific manner. But in our paradigm, the definition of reality is not something we can experience, but something that is unchanging or constant. In both my waking and dream experiences, the only constant thing is me. In the dream, you saw yourself as a lion running from a hunter. But was it real? You experienced it. You felt all the emotions, the fear, the palpitations. It looked real to you. But was it real? Even though it was experienced, but it was not real. And that's our everyday experience, right? So the only reality in the whole dream universe was the dreamer. This is a big claim and difficult to wrap our heads around this. But by the end of this book, we will be able to see a totally different paradigm of reality. It's not a theoretical intellectual gymnastics. It's absolutely relevant to our daily life. We are busy professionals in our life. We don't want to waste our time on silly things. If it is beneficial to us, to me, that is why I am spending my time and energy on this stuff. Of course, I would not be wasting my time. I'm not an emotional fool to get into such sort of nonsense discussions. But yes, this is not nonsense. This is exactly, it will make a very good sense, and this is absolutely necessary for us. Now, this discussion will definitely lead to something interesting, and that I promise. So, this ends our chapter 1. There are around 7 or 8 more chapters to go. So, we will go to the next chapter, and that is chapter 2, which we will cover the next time. The chapter 2 is the waking world is exactly the same as the dream world. How? We will prove it.